Oh, I can't flip it around. Yes, I can. Ash. Just before 2 o'clock, going to pick up the new car. Boom. Back home. 16 hours. Woo. Way longer than it should have taken. It's January 1st, 2024 right now. I just want to start, like I said, documenting all the work we do to this thing, so you guys can follow along. I got it as a bare roller 3 days ago now, I believe. The only thing I've done to it is put my rear wheels on it because they hold air better. Radials for life. And I took a clay bar to the car because there was a bunch of overspray on it. And now it really looks nice. Before this, I had a mild steel 850 cert 70 Chevy Nova. And didn't ever think I'd ever get rid of that. The original, or one of the original owners of the car in Oklahoma, reached out to me to buy it back. We ended up making a deal. Super cool to see that car go to someone that loves it as much as I do. So Dylan's going to be taking good care of that thing. I think his plan was to do some small tire heads-up racing with it, which is awesome. That's what I was doing with it as well. Right before I sold it, I was getting ready to plumb it, wire it. Big block twins, conventional headed big block deal, run-of-the-mill junk, and some affordable, we'll say, S400 chassis Force Performance turbos. I just have one in there right now to mock it up. This is the new car. 67 Camaro, real Camaro, West Coast car. I've known it for 15 years. Was a big inch nitrous deal. It was recently outfitted to be a big inch or big bore space twin turbo deal. And it kind of just never got finished. When I knew I was getting rid of the Nova, I reached out to this gentleman, and it took 2 months, but we made a deal, and this is my dream car. It's a 6.0 cert, first gen Camaro, steel roof and quarters. It's beautiful. It's way nicer than anything I've had. And yeah, I can't wait to get a bunch of work done to this thing and go out, race it, enjoy it. And there's going to be a lot of content here on all the stuff I try and do that I probably shouldn't. So quick walk around to the car. Inside's exactly how I got it. Had a race pack deal, some gauges. I think he was wired up with a fuel tech. Doesn't really look like it, but I know he took all his stuff because he needs it for his next car. And I just wanted the bare roller as minimal as I could get it. But I'm going to get all the wiring out of it. The floor Zeus is out of it. So I'll get the floor out of it to clean it, which is wild to me. Probably clean up the bars and everything. And a lot of carbon. Every time I look at it, I see more carbon, I guess. And I love it. I love it. I just watched that video back. Oh my God, cringe. This is going to be rough, but we are doing it. January 1st, 2024. We got to post at least a couple videos. If they're too cringe, I'll just die, whatever. It's not a big deal. Could not for the life of me remember what else I was trying to talk about while I was recording. I also apparently have a nervous tick and keep going on the video and saying and a lot. I'm going to blame that on the Olive Garden because I'm usually not like that. So, I didn't talk about kind of our plan for the car, just to do some 8th mile heads up small tire racing like we were planning on doing with the Nova. Obviously, this is going to be lighter, a lot better chassis. Hopefully is going to yield better results. And we're legal to 6.0, so we can do whatever we want, whatever we want, within reason at our local LVMS track, which, you know, I'm all about safety and proper safety protocol. So you got to have a legal cage to be going that fast. And now we do. And we're licensed, which if you don't know that, big safety guy. So that's all good. We're moving forward. I'm going to get the clip off. I absolutely hate talking into an empty phone like this with no music. And I'm probably going to try to do a poorly attempted time lapse of me taking the wiring out, maybe the front clip, the doors, maybe some crying. We'll see. See you later. I'll do it again, Ash. That's okay. So apparently I didn't take a big enough breath beforehand. I'm kind of doing it again, so hang on. I already told him I had Olive Garden tonight.
No, babe.
Hang on. Front clip, safekeeping. Doors, safekeeping. The hood, deck lid, extra dash. Sitting in the trailer, out of the elements. Ash just laughing at everything I do. Makes it really hard to be confident in things, but here we go. Now it's started. Biscuit is here. No front clip, no doors. Everything's out of the way in the trailer. Do you want to talk about what happened out there? I had to film a video 3 times because I kept breathing heavy. But we're past that. I'm going to take my breath now before I start these videos, and everything's going to be okay. So, here we go. Last little look at the inside. Definitely going to change. I think that's a Mark Williams quick coupler. It's horrible. I mean, it's probably high dollar, but I don't know how to make the mark or keep it the same every time, so it takes me about an hour to put the steering wheel on, and I don't like that. So we will be putting the motion quick release wheel on here. One of the first things. Just one more little look at the interior. It's kind of dusty. Said I'll get the floors out of it, get the wiring out of it. There's some cable running along that upper frame rail. And that Ford solenoid down there. But yeah, this is the start. Oh, this needs to go over there. Quick update, all the wiring out of it. Ash is still laughing at me for some reason. The battery cable that ran alongside the frame rail, I will be keeping, because, I mean, it's battery cable. I will cut the ends off, clean it up with some carb cleaner, zip tied up. Everything else, trash. I left the wiring on the line lock here, just to kind of remind myself how things were hooked up, if I'm going to use that pressure switch there. That is the only wiring left on the inside of the car. Everything, oh, I lied. Ford solenoids there. Just a 2-person job to get that off. One on the inside, one on the outside. Me and Ash will grab that real quick. No other wires in the car. The trunk, I left kind of the harness, the pigtail harness in here just to remind myself how everything went, because I know all these lights work. So I'll probably just replace up to the connector when I do rewire it. But for now, that is that. I'll get the rest of these cables out here that go to the battery shutoff switch. That way all the cable will be out of it. I'll take a look at that shutoff switch, see if it needs a new one, see how that one is. I've had them rattle loose and cause issues at the track, so I want to make sure that's all good. I'm going to get the chute off. It sounded like Biscuit was throwing up, but that was just her ball. I'm going to get the chute off, probably try to pack it and list it for very cheap on the Facebook marketplaces, because I don't like it, and I want it to have an air chute, because the boost controller, shifter, and the chute are all going to run off of air, and this is just an old school Pilot deal, and I can't stand that back. So So there's officially only the wires on the line lock. Ash physically has to look away from me so she doesn't laugh and mess this video up. Biscuit lost her ball. This is all the wiring we cleaned up. I told you guys I was going to save you guys. God, what an influencer I am. Already talking to the audience. Anyway, this is the, I think this is 2 gauge cable, which is good enough for me. We will use this on something else. Cleaned it up with some carb clean, zip tied it, going in the spare parts deal. Bump switch, ohms perfectly fine. Probably won't use it on this because, I mean, everything's carbon on this. Probably gonna put a new switch on it, match the theme. Same thing with this. This is probably fine. I'll keep it for something else and put a new one on there. So everything is new. Yeah, it is midnight or just past it. So now it is January 2nd. Yep. 12:02, midnight. And we're going to go outside, go to bed, because we both have to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, just like I thought, front camera is way worse than the other camera. So this will be quick. It's the 3rd. I sold some parts I had ready to sell, or I posted them and half of them sold. Sold a seat, a chute, a quote on some wheels, listed a carbon fiber bumper. Oh, I sold the dash. I think that was it. So now we're gonna get back to cleaning on this. It's Friday now. I'm gonna get these bars painted. These bars, the upper frame rail bars, these down bars, get them scuffed up and painted so I can start moving forward, putting stuff together. I have a catch can that I need to mount here and clean up and mount just to get that done because I don't think it needs to be off for any reason. So to get it out of the way, get it mounted. Inside's clean as far as, minus paint, but it's physically clean. The carbon's all been cleaned up thanks to Ash. And still figuring out the seat deal, but gonna clean up the bars so we can start moving forward on some stuff. I got all the front down bars and the fuel cell support bars all painted up. And I painted it with this Steal It stuff. I had 2 cans of this laying around and it's pretty sweet. It covers really good. It's not like super glossy or anything, but I didn't do any prep to it like at all. And it came out really nice. I could have swore I had like 2 cans of this, and the second can is not black. And I found that out in a very critical spot of the car I was painting. So slight meltdown, I wiped it off, and I wiped the whole bar off, and then I painted it with some Rust-Oleum. I had a half a can left from when I painted this Firebird in here, which was a disaster. I had a half a can left of this. Semi-gloss, pretty close. That's what I painted this door bar with. Both of the X bars for both doors. They're not perfect, but I always kind of find myself here with trying to clean up the door bars, and they get scratched immediately as soon as the seatbelt hits it or something hits you. I don't know if you get in the car. I wouldn't get in the car with keys, but something hitting it, you have jeans on and a button or whatever comes across it. So they immediately get scratched, and I know they're going to be scratched. It's not a big deal. Just wanted to clean them up because I'm right here. We covered the car as best we could with a bunch of packing blankets. There was like a beach towel, draped here and taped and every towel we had. And I covered up the fire suppression hardline deal because it looks good, not painted or oversprayed. So I covered that up. What else did I do? God, this stuff does look nice, though. I mean, sheesh. We painted all that. I think I'm done painting. I always get overzealous painting, and I'm painting way too much and saying, oh, I can grab that. So there's going to be scratches and blems in it. Whatever. I'll take that over overspraying carbon that's worth more than my life that I'm never gonna redo, and we'll probably try to destroy taking the overspray off. So it is good enough for me. I'm gonna let the stuff dry, cure, whatever you call it, and pull it all off. I think I'm gonna mock the motor and trans up in here tonight once Ash orders my pizza. Yeah, and then we'll kind of see where we're at from there. Okay, bye. Pulled the motor out of the corner, zipped the pan off of it real quick. I had the motor in the car actually, and everything looks great. Really excited on all the fitment and packaging and how everything looks like it's coming together. Just wanted to see how far off the motor plate was going to be. This had like a 5-inch bore space motor in it, and just things are always different. So wanted to see what everything looked like. It went right in there. The pan fits between the K-member, so you can drop the pan and stuff. The balancer is right over the rack. I have a blank motor plate over here that I will be using and trimming. I need to put turbo drains on the oil pan. I was hesitant and didn't want to do it on the Nova. Even if I did, I think they would end up in the same place, but I definitely need to do that. I'm dreading doing that. I want to get it done so I can seal the pan on this, put the oil pump on it, the pickup, measure all that, get that done so the pan's sealed and the bottom end is done. And then this motor is just waiting on lifters and push rods, and I can do that while it's in the car, and I'm getting all the wiring and plumbing and everything else done. So try to do a time lapse here of me cutting both holes in the pan and poorly welding them up, and I made it to a decent stopping point. I got to get some silicone in the morning just to put in the corners for the gasket, and then I can put the oil pan on. The pump and pickup is on. Everything has been measured for pan to pump clearance. I'm sure that's all wrong, but we're going to rock it. Nice pump. Nice pickup. I like that I didn't have to weld the pickup. It has a little tab that goes on the pump that I may or may not have spaced how you're supposed to. Whatever. Pan has the bungs welded on it. We're just going to do a quick look. Okay, yep, they're in there. And I was cleaning out the pan. You know, everything in my life now is Zeus's. My oil pan, Zeus's together. The entire car and floor is Zeus's together. Big Zeus guy. So, tomorrow morning, it is tomorrow morning because, yeah, it's 2:30-ish. Tomorrow morning around 8, I will get up and head over to parts store. This is the only thing I don't have is silicone right now. I used it all, and I'm not going to put red RTV in the corners of this, so go get some gray or some ultra black, and we will be good. Went to the local speed shop here, grabbed some ARP. Oh, that's not it. Got the silicone I needed. I also realized I didn't have the stud kit for the pan, so yeah, doing things one-handed is rough. Okay, there that is. Gonna clean up the surface. Clean up the surface really good, get the studs in, get the gasket on, get this pan on for good once and for all. A little bit more progress than the last time I took a video. I'm really bad at doing the whole time-lapse deal. And some of them, I end up walking inside or away and the time-lapse is still going. Or anyway, I'm getting better at it. So obviously, the tank takes 5 seconds to put in and out. I think I got a time-lapse of the motor going in. It went in and out a lot. I whipped up this, whipped it up. I trimmed this motor plate and drilled some holes. That came out really nice. So the garage was a huge mess, including the table, but Ash, and mainly Ash, but I was there. Cleaned it up just a couple minutes ago, so we're going to bed with a clean garage. I painted all the bars. I think I made a video about this. I don't know. It's already midnight again on Saturday, but all the bars are painted that were raw. They still look really good. Motor plate's done. Motor's in the car. Pan's on, sealed. Motor shouldn't have to come back out. Headers are kind of just sitting there. I got 2 bolts in them, mainly to stay off my table over there so I can have some more room. But I got 4 bolts right now in the, not the bell housing, but the mid plate. 4 bolts in there holding that. Didn't get overspray on anything. Pretty happy about that. Inside of the car looks awesome still. Getting the tranny ready to go in. Everything inside the car. Well, actually, now that I think about that, I'm gonna get the drive shaft out because it looks like I'll have more room to do it with the tranny not in. So I'll get the drive shaft out real quick because I do have a yoke that's not a quick release deal. I have a Mark Williams yoke in the back of this right now, and that's the one I want to run because that one scares me. This is the mount for the car for a glide. I just chased the threads in here. It's 1/2 inch fine thread. One side is kind of boogered up, but this stuff's sweet. And I have a Lang thread chaser kit I got off Amazon that is sweet as well. So I just used that 1/2 inch deal, and now they're like brand new. So I will probably time lapse getting the drive shaft out of here, as well as time lapse putting the tranny in the car by myself. Yeah, the tranny is not going to want to go in from the floor, so. Gonna have to figure out something coming in the car somehow. The space you have to work with here, that's really hard to do, is a little shorter than the actual length of the tranny. I don't think I can manipulate it. Maybe I can lift the back of the tail housing up. Oh God, this sounds like it's gonna fall on the jacks. Yeah, I don't know. And it's in. Super easy. It almost fell into place. So,
No, it did not.
it didn't want to go on through the top. Didn't want to go on through the bottom. Yeah. What I'm going to do, or what I'm going to have my buddy Ron link to, is cut and make like a bolt-in section, this rear bar here, because as you can see, the tranny is longer than that crossbar. I'm sure we can cut that to where it comes out. And if that's the case, the tranny will come out from the bottom, no problem, and be very easy. Sushi, delish. I mean, good to go. But with that in the way, I had to take the motor back out and take the mid plate off, sandwich them on the ground, shoehorn them in here. Ash enjoyed the whole process. She was a lot of help.
We were stuck in the car.
We were stuck in the car. The floors are out of it. I mean, it was a whole thing. Scratched up the bars I just painted. Ash kept yelling at me the whole time.
No, you were yelling at me.
Hey, details.
Yelling went on.
Hey. But it's in. It's in. I know what I need to do for next time. We'll get that fixed. And then the tranny, because I'm sure the tranny's going to have to come in and out. It's a race car. I don't want it to kill me like it did right there. But just for right now, it went in with the motor. Just took the mid plate out, lined the mid plate up. Kind of a pain in the ass. Not super tight yet. But yeah, it's in. And I'm going to bed. Because guess what? Guess what? It's midnight. Again.